Siamo fragili, se tutti ci toccano, siamo fatti di sogni che non ci fanno dormire.
Io non dormo quando ti penso, io non dormo e basta e compenso. Io lo so che siamo uniti, se a capirsi basta il
Check. I'm from where the hammers run. News cameras never come.
We are in Philadelphia, where the crowd is on their feet. We've got Toronto and Philadelphia. Glad to have you with us for more NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, and on the sidelines tonight, Doris Burke.
Faced with immeasurable odds, still I gave straight bets. So I felt the most something and you nothing. Check. I'm from the other side where other guys go.
Let's get a nice clean game, huh? And so off the tip, it's Toronto. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. So for Toronto right now, Rogers is out there with Houdini. Then there's Lights Out. Then it's Houdini. And it's Little General in at the 5. Well, last year, Toronto won their division and got bounced down the first round. Same result, Clark, they had back in 2014.
Yeah, but, despite that sameness, they were an improved team last season, Kevin. They did a lot of the small things better in total, and I thought looked better and more cohesive as a group.
Pass to Roten. 6 to shoot. No good, and tight defense there bothered that shot.
And as you mentioned, the Raptors did improve last season. I mean, they cut back on their turnovers a lot as they were top 3 in the league in terms of taking care of the basketball.
Dishes it to Covington. There's a screen by Noel. Got a piece of it. Fast break. Here come the Raptors. Here's Houdini. A huge slam. The perfect end of the fast break.
Ooh, quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
They get it again. Rogers passes to Houdini. Connects on the 17-footer. Houdini's got 6 points.
And it looks like he might just be on his A game today, Clark.
And as you said, the Raptors took care of the ball a lot better and as a result had more assists. They also cut back on their fouls, and that was helpful. Little things like that made them much more competitive as a team and helped lead them to those 49 wins.
You could not diagram a better way to open a quarter.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look at the lead they've jumped out to already. What a start.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
And it's good.
And guys, I was a bit worried, but now we all know the rim doesn't have a lid on.
Yeah, you could actually feel the tightness and tenseness with each miss. I'm actually glad to see they got that first one out of the way.
And no doubt they've come into this game with a really aggressive approach, just pounding the ball inside.
It certainly is working. They're finding the open lanes to the hoop and owning this game early.
Here's Roten. Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. There's a screen by Noel. Here's Covington. And, yep, couple bounces and it falls.
That's a nice drive there, Kevin. He beat the lone defender and was wide open under the hoop.
Raptors leading by 8. Down low. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
Here's Covington. There's a screen by Noel. Lock at 6. Covington gets to Okafor. Philadelphia needs to get a shot off. Roten, no good.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track. And the offense has come together immediately. I mean, they're threatening to run away with this thing. already.
Greg, it's hard to imagine they'll stay this hot for 4 quarters, but if they even approximate that, watch out.
Clearly, he's not pleased with all the looks they've given up on the inside, and also to get them to tighten up that defense.
Yeah, and I think he's going to let them know about it. They're playing some soft interior defense. You can't win that way. That's a recipe for disaster if you're not going to play with some physicality inside.
And some changes here for the Raptors. Bako Braves checked in for lights out. And Champs subbed in for Houdini. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. To the middle, here's Covington. Second chance shot. And the layup is good. Covington's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And getting after it on the offensive glass and adding to that early total with the putback.
It's Thompson off the drive. And he makes good on the layup. Thompson's got it back down to single digits for the 76ers.
And guys, the Spurs coaching tree extends pretty far these days. Coach Brett Brown, another former member of the Spurs staff, leading an NBA team.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
Now, here's Roden. No basket with that shot. Having trouble finding his range. He's 1 for 5.
He's having a tough quarter, scoring the basketball, unable to help them close this gap. How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist total, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
And you know that's going to be goaltending, guys. So that's a free basket right there.
He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
Raptors leading by 11. Here's Champ. And again, Toronto with the triple.
They're allowing a sky-high field goal percentage. That won't get it.
Not at all, Clark. You rarely see a team surrender points this easily. They have got to do better.
Roten, no good for the 5th time from the floor this game. He's made 2 shots. Here's Houdini. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
No breathing room at all to take that shot.
The dish to Thompson. And it's Roten finishing it off.
You can tell he's hungry because that's how you eat away at a lead right there. Make some highlight reel plays and shake that defense up.
Well, Greg, you're right. Not all 2 points are the same. Not when they come on a stuff like that one.
Well, I like the craftiness in his game. He can distribute or he can attack the basket, just like we saw right there.
Almost automatic when he can get the basketball that close to the basket.
Well, defense has to be played earlier in that situation. You've got to fight to not allow him to get that position in the first place.
Now, here's Thompson. And Noel kicks to Covington. There's a screen by Noel. Here's Covington. 5 to shoot. Teardrop shot. Can't get it to go.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job. Everything going according to the script for them offensively so far.
Clark, shots be falling. That's for sure. They're scoring with a tremendous amount of confidence.
You went straight playground old school there, partner.
Here's Covington. Raptors knocking down the tray. overshot that one, missing.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
The 76ers trail by 13. Roden kicks to Noel. Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. Here's Okafor. Rogers pulls it in. Rogers has got his third rebound tonight. Now we'll go to Doris Burke, who had a chance to talk with head coach Brett Brown.
Kevin, I asked him what, other than the typical offensive-defensive matchups, might make a major difference here today. He said we need to respect their rebounding talent and always be aware of where their big men are when the shot goes up. We'll see if they respond to that challenge and take it on, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris, for that. Obviously, getting better position, Clark, on the boards is an issue.
Yeah, that and the will to get it done, Kevin.
And Philadelphia calls time here. Philadelphia started to create a little bit of an identity last season after all their transactions, Clark, and shifting around. They settled down and came together.
Yeah, and I tell you, it looks like the identity will be the Sixers being a defensive team going forward. Offense has its fits and starts, but defensively they found some traction.
For Okafor. Raptors also changing it up. Bell, checked in for the Little General. Houdini comes in for the Cobra. And it's the dude in for Houdini. Here's Thompson. Pass to Noel. He dishes it to Roten. Kicks it to Embiid. And he was fouled in the way. Two free throws now for him.
As you said, the 76ers will be a team built on defense going forward. At least that's what it seems like to me. They have very active hands and can bother a lot of shots. They also force a ton of turnovers as well.
Joel Embiid.
And, you know, guys, the Sixers did force a lot of turnovers, but they also gave the ball away the most in the NBA, so kind of negated the turnovers they forced. They can be as defensive as they want, but they've got to get better at taking care of the ball if they're going to improve.
Little General, he's checked in for Toronto. Houdini comes in for Champ. And Embiid drops them both.
Well, guys, once again, the 76ers finished second to last in the East. Amazingly managed to win fewer games against the East than they did the year before, which was 14 wins in 2014.
Yes.
They're in the position they're in right now, thanks in no small part to the show that he's putting on in this period.
There's a screen by Noel. Here's Covington. Clock at 6. Here's Roten. Releases from the wing and drills it.
Roten with the shot.
Roten's got 8 points. One thing, Greg, about Philadelphia, you talked about this. Only 12 wins for them last year against the East.
And Kevin, how about not getting a win against their own conference until December? I mean, as bad as the Sixers were last year, though, they weren't the worst. So sometimes, even for me, I still can't fathom that's the case.
Ball stolen. Fast break, Toronto. For the finish. Hammers it down off the coast-to-coast break.
Almost intimidating the defense there. They didn't even try to get back on defense.
Well, I don't think it would have mattered even if they did try to get back, Greg. I mean, there was no way anybody was going to beat him to the bucket there.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Yeah, the half and half balls are going their way, and that's really a function of effort and intensity. You know, the ball doesn't discriminate. Whoever goes and gets it, that's who owns it.
it. The 76ers trail by 19. Pass to Embiid to the right side. There's a screen by Noel. Here's Covington. Embiid the screen. 4 on the clock. And it's denied. And that's on bounds. Philadelphia returning possession. Stauskas is checked in for Philadelphia. And Toronto also making a switch. The dude, he's checked in for Bell. Roten. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
Raptors leading by 19. There's the pass to the dude. To the middle. Here's Houdini. Rebound by the 76ers. Covington's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Feeds to Stauskas. Here's Covington.
2 minutes. 2 minutes left in the first quarter.
Shot clock at 5. From deep. Rogers pulls it in. Rogers has got his 5th rebound in this one. Houdini passes to Houdini. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. Embiid with the steal. Roten with it. He's got 8. Another miss, and they desperately need a bucket.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage.
Pretty clear. They're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done.
Here's Roten after Toronto picking up the basket just moments ago. Here's Covington. Embiid the screen. Here's Covington. They get it again.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down, try to get some easy ones. And they've looked terrific in transition today. That's had a lot to do with their success.
Well, it certainly has. I mean, they've done a really good job recognizing anytime they've had the numbers advantage, and then they've taken advantage. We've seen it time and time again here.
Roten dishes to Covington. Embiid the screen. Here's Covington. It's Noel atop the key. Now Roten. He kicks to Stauskas. Covington inside the line, and it comes off the front of the rim.
And he's clearly just disappeared here this quarter, not making any contributions here with his offense.
And, Greg, it's been hard to watch. I mean, you can see his frustration. He's actually looking forward to the end of this period so he can have a fresh start for the next one.
Up top, Roten. 8 points for him. To end the run. Off with the layup.
Well, after the good move to get down the lane, he found a whole lot of traffic and congestion in there.
And the buzzer sounds to end the first, and we've got a blowout underway here. It's the Raptors just dominating this one. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. Welcome back, everyone, to Lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start this second quarter. And, guys, the Raptors enjoying a nice lead here.
I tell you what, defensively, they have been in tune with one another as intense as I've seen.
Yeah, nice job helping out on the rotations and drives, doing really good work at the defensive end.
They've got Stauskas, Joel Embiid out there with Carl Landry. Then it's Tony Roten. And it's Jackson in at the point guard position. That's the group for Philadelphia to start this second quarter. Now here's Roten. Jackson setting the pick here for Roten. 4 on the clock. The drive by Jackson. Trying his luck deep. Roten, no good.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And it's really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
Philadelphia with the ball. The Raptors getting the bucket. The drive by Jackson. He feeds it to Embiid. Embiid the screen. Here's Roten. Drains it from 17 feet out. Roten's got 10 points. Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. To the paint. Passes it to Houdini. The three. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
You know, Dwayne Casey was once a player at Kentucky, took me and hosted me on my recruiting visit at Kentucky back in 1979. Actually got his coaching start at the school as well.
No one near Landry as he lets it go. And the shot goes in from Embiid.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
And with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, you know, they haven't had to do much work on the perimeter.
Here's Rodgers. The rebound by Roten. As we're talking about Coach Dwayne Casey, he's found his place in Toronto. Took them, Greg, to back-to-back postseason appearances.
You know, it's good to see him finally establishing himself as a head coach. Really known as a defensive specialist, but once he gets in charge of a team, he'll have them focused on defense and really stresses that in every practice.
Here's Roten. The Raptors getting the bucket. 13 feet away. They get a hand on it.
And the rebounding has been key to their success here tonight.
It has been a lopsided battle on the boards, no doubt.
Now here's Jackson. That's good from Roten on the assist by Jackson. 12 points for Roten. Toronto, they've gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. Pass to Rodgers. Drills the baseline jumper.
And really, it looks like he may just try to take this thing over on his own and really build that lead up.
Timeout call for Philadelphia. Okay.
And the 76ers call time here. You gotta like what Little General has done in this game.
He's been attacking the rim with reckless abandon. They're searching for answers. Some way they got to figure out how to contain it.
Some changes for Toronto. Champ comes in for Houdini. And Lights Out subbed in for the Dude.
Lights out.
And for those of you just joining us, we're in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Roten kicks to Stauskas. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for Toronto.
You know what, guys? It looks to me like they're really in sync here, all on the same page. They've already got a bunch of assists.
Yeah, the other thing, though, is they have attacked in the open floor. They're definitely getting a lot of easy ones that way.
That's good. 14 points for the machine.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the lead.
Here's Roten. The shot no good. And Toronto will come the other way. Here's Lights Out, and the Raptors check on 2 more.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
The feed to Stauskas. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Shot clock at 6. Shoots from the line. Offensive rebound. Landry. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2. Landry's got his first basket.
Where's the box out? Some easy second chance opportunities there.
Those kinds of mistakes drive me crazy. Will absolutely derail a team's chance to win.
Now here's Roten. He's got 12. Got a piece of it. And here's the fast break. Champ the pass to Houdini. Again, Toronto. Well, the Raptors show they can be a force in offense once again. That was very clearly a strength of the team last year, Greg.
Yeah, and Toronto has a lot of guys that can hurt you in a variety of ways. They can score in the half court, but are really explosive enough to get out and run if teams want to push the tempo.
Tony Rosen with the dish.
Toronto's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. Pass to Rogers. Embiid with the steal. Now here's Roten. Defense right on him. Landry with the screen. Jackson dishes to Landry. Toronto grabs the miss.
And you saw how quick the defense was. They were ready for him. They got the hand in the face there and made that much more difficult.
Yeah, and every team needs that kind of rugged interior defense because you want to try to distract your opponents when they get inside, and you also want to make them uncomfortable in their shot attempts.
And so here is Philadelphia. After Toronto picking up the basket just moments ago. Stauskas kicks to Jackson. Embiid the screen. Here's Roten. Not really his range, and it's off target.
Not sure why he keeps trying his luck from deep here. It's just not.
What are you doing?
Thompson's checked in.
Hollis Thompson.
Philadelphia's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. The steal. Inside. Here's Rogers. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
That's his first.
You're hot. And that's certainly been the case for the machine. He's got 16 points and 7 assists. He's really been fantastic all first half.
And that's exactly what his team needed from him.
The Raptors shooting their first free throws of this game. That free throw good from Rogers. Well, the one word you can use to describe the Raptors postseason last year, disaster. I mean, Greg, nothing went right for them.
Yeah, I mean, after that great regular season, they were completely just manhandled by the Wizards, swept out of the first round in 4 straight.
And both free throws good for Rogers.
Well, I tell you, the Raptors really were befuddled with how that series went. I mean, they just never got things going and became the first team to get swept with home court advantage in the playoffs since 2011. Physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. That plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, not to mention what it says on the scoreboard. They're really pushing them around. Straight bully ball.
Here's Thompson. The Raptors getting the bucket. Fast break Toronto. Jumps up. And fouled as he went up to the dunk. Good aggressive move, and he'll shoot 2.
And guys, you look at the Raptors last season and how they stumbled at times. You could see that they would have trouble in the postseason with the way they were constructed. I don't think anybody saw a sweep coming, but that's what it ended up being.
All right now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
that free throw good from Rogers. Well, the city of Philadelphia has had some tough fans. There's no doubt. You know, we've seen them boo Santa Claus. You can imagine, Greg, how they felt about this Sixers team a year ago.
You know, the Sixers were going to be in trouble from the very start of the year. A lot of fans didn't even bother to show up to boo. I mean, Philly had the worst attendance in the league last season.
But they've got hope, Greg.
A lot of young talent. Maybe this is the year it starts to materialize.
Here's Cannon to the inside. Shot to stop the run, and they'll keep possession. Landry inside, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there. Earned those free throws.
Shooting for Philadelphia.
And for Carl Landry, he powered his way through the league a few years back, but somewhere along the line, Clark, his game kind of topped out.
His best season, Kevin, he averaged 18 and 7.
Take a break.
I think injuries have been a factor.
2 shots.
But last year was down to 7 and 4 his game averages, so he's starting to slide.
Free throw drops for Landry.
And back to Carl Landry. Sophisticated scorer. A variety of post moves, a tough guy willing to play through pain, but he just never had the size or explosiveness to dominate. And now that he's getting a little older, that really has become an issue.
You know, visiting Carl Landry again here, I mean, he's a role guy. He shoots a high percentage from the field, from the foul line, gives you a little nasty and edge down low, yet you can't make him out to be more than he is.
That's going to be over and back, not watching for the line that time.
They have constantly shot themselves into this quarter with all of these turnovers.
Very simple. You can't score if you can't maintain possession.
Catching up on the changes for Philadelphia. Okafor's checked in, and Noel subbed in for Carl Landry. He trains the quick shot.
And he's been the catalyst all game long. Love how he's distributing the basketball.
No doubt about it, Greg. I mean, when the offense runs through him, it's really smooth.
Here's Cannon to the right side. Ripped away. They swipe it. Back to Noel. 76ers moving the ball around. Fast break. Here come the Raptors. Here's Rogers. Finish off the break. Rogers has got 24 points.
Kevin, he's definitely making his presence felt here in the first half. He's been very effective so far.
Knocked loose. And another fast break for Toronto. The Raptors are running.
Rogers.
And he throws it down hard with one hand.
Oh, quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
Philadelphia with the ball after the Raptors pick up 2. Thompson passes to Okafor. 6 to shoot. Here's Cannon. Drains the 19-footer.
Cannon with the basket.
Cannon's got his first 2 points. Toronto's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Inside, here's the dude. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
That was the 3rd straight high percentage look this defense has allowed. I mean, these defenders have got to start bumping bodies in the paint. Be more physical, be more aggressive.
The game's just far too easy right now when it comes to attacking the basket. They have got to do better.
Here's Cannon. The Raptors getting the bucket. It's deflected, but they get it back. Thompson misses.
You know, so many games are decided by which team wins the rebound battle, and that's held true in this one so far.
And Clark, their effort on the glass has given them the advantage, but it's also been the effort in general that's made a difference.
Here's Cannon to the inside. Noel. That's it, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
And that lead pass allowed him to get straight to the rim, unabated, in stride.
Out of bounds, Philadelphia takes possession.
What are you doing?
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
Philadelphia's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. On the wing, Thompson. Out to the right wing. Cannon kicks to Covington. Okafor up top. Dishes to Noel. Just 5 on the clock. With the fadeaway. That one off the back iron and out. Toronto's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the three ball here. Got that one up quick. 17 points for Little General.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Now here's Okafor. And Noel gets it to go on the assist by Okafor. Noel's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Here's Houdini, and all around the rim that time before dropping in.
The entire defense was frozen-footed. Nobody picked up the shooter, Kevin.
Out to the right wing. 4-3, Covington. The shot is off.
Misfires again, and the ball just refuses to cooperate with him. It's a tough day so far.
Shot no good. And it's Philadelphia the other way. Cannon dishes to Thompson. To the paint. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
That fella can flat out fly, can he?
Reminds me of a young Greg Anthony out of UNLV.
Goodness.
No doubt about that. Just look at the elevation he climbed to right there.
Kevin, you just made my knees hurt.
That's what sets him apart from so many other point guards in the NBA. Boy, he wanted everybody in the building to know who threw that one down.
Hanging on the rim is, I guess, one way to do it.
Yeah, I tell you what, though, you want to make sure you don't get teed up from a situation like that.
Rodgers passes to the dude. Inside, Houdini goes right through for bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
Nice pass there to set that bucket up.
And that's 10 of their last 12 points that have come off assists.
Pick by Okafor. 16 seconds left here in the second. Cannon kicks to Okafor. Shot clock at 6. And here's Covington from the arc. Count that one. Covington's got 7. 5 seconds left to play in the first half. With 1 on the clock, and that's off the glass and in. And that's 28 points for the Machine.
Playing smart offensively in the first half, no doubt about it.
Yeah, the numbers support it. I mean, they're shooting the much better percentage from the field so far.
So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. It's the Raptors opening up a huge gap. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Hey, Kevin. Well, Coach Casey, obviously it's early in the season, but how would you say this team is shaping up in terms of its chemistry and personnel-wise?
I love our guys. We have a great group of young men that are competing hard, and it feels good because I know our guys are totally engaged and focused and giving us what they have.
Coach, thank you for the time. Gentlemen, back to you.
Okay, Doris, much appreciated. And now for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We welcome you back to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. It was a fast pace for Toronto at the outset. A smoldering performance for them early as they shut down everything defensively and were clicking on offense, going 10-0 to start. They delivered a real beatdown in the first quarter, ending with a whopping lead. Then in quarter number 2, it was all hands on deck, and what a show it was. Quality execution, good efficiency, some tremendous defensive play helped them take a decisive advantage, and they're running away with this one. And taking a look at the Raptors, Kenny, what did you see out there?
Well, shooters were popping open right and left. Exceptional ball movement. Guys racing off screens, spotting up, knocking down shots. That's the way you play basketball unselfishly, and it was superb, and they exploited all the weaknesses of the defense.
Shaq, what'd you think about Philadelphia?
Well, you live by the three and you die by the three. And today, they're dying. And as cold as they've been behind the arc, they keep firing from deep. What are you doing? I know they got a lot of ground to make up, but they can't continue with this game plan. Not working.
And now, folks, it's just about time for the third quarter to begin. We will see you after the final buzzer.
As we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. Really an incredible game from the machine.
He's just been terrific. This is what they needed from him.
And a double-double in just one half of basketball? You can't ask for anything more as a coach, teammate, or fan.
And on the floor for Dwayne Casey starting the second half. Houdini is out there with the dude. Then there's Rogers, and then it's Little General, and it's Houdini at the shooting guard.
All the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
All right now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
Free throw drops for Covington. And both free throws good for Covington. Well, the plan has been obvious now, Clark, for a while. The 76ers really loading up on young players, letting them see a lot of minutes, and they're hoping it's going to bear some fruit, as you like to say, coming up.
Exactly, and it will in time because they've accumulated some really nice young talent, Kevin.
So it's Philadelphia now, after Toronto picking up the basket just moments ago.
I can't believe defenders are not aware. They cannot allow him that position.
Yeah, you're right about that, Greg. He's put a no trespassing allowed on that spot of the floor. It's all his.
Here's the dude. They get the rebound. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket. 21 points for Little General. And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter. Roten kicks to Okafor. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Okafor's got 6. The Raptors have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. The pass to Rogers. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. Here's Little General. Connects in the foul line jumper.
No hesitation. When he saw the space the D was giving him, that's 2.
Stripped away. Fast break. Here come the Raptors. Pull-up jumper.
Some fantastic numbers for Little General. He's got 10 rebounds, and the steals are starting to pile up for him also.
And Clark, he's really gotten into their heads because of it. I mean, guys are on the lookout for him, always worrying about where he is.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one. He hits both from the stripe. Toronto was a strong team on the road last season, Clark. A big part of why they came away with 49 wins on the season.
And 22 of those 49 wins were on the road. As a group, they managed to keep things close on the road. And because of that competitiveness, they were over 500 there as well.
Shot clock at 6. And here's Covington from the arc. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Little Generals got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one.
They've shown effort and aggression in the paint right from the tip. Their rebounding edge is impressive.
And they're giving themselves extra possessions and have taken advantage of it, and that's critical. You can shoot a few lesser percentage if you're getting more opportunities at the rim.
Here's Rogers. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. Rogers has got 30 points.
And as you said, the Raptors kept things close on the road. In the NBA, they had one of the better point differential in terms of victories on the road last season. And another miss. Ooh, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right.
And the lead continues to increase. They are just playing flawless basketball at both ends.
Greg, I can't identify an area where this team has underperformed. I mean, they've been 5-star in every category.
Here's Covington. The Raptors getting the bucket. Down low. Here's Noel.
And check out the bounce.
Bounce to the ounce. Clark, how about that?
Yeah.
All right,
You
showing
said
him
it,
off
Kevin.
right there. Good move.
You said it, my man. He's a highlight reel waiting to happen.
Assist from
And you mentioned this, I mean, with the Raptors. Only Golden State, Atlanta, and the Clippers had a better road margin of victory than them. This goes to show you how tough the Raptors were on the road last season.
And here's Covington from the arc.
Is it me, or does it just feel like he gets every rebound that comes up?
Well, he practically has gotten every one that's available. A 20-plus rebounding game is not something we get to see very often, Greg.
Now here's Roten. 12 points for him. And the call will go against Houdini. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his
Some changes for Philadelphia. Embiid comes in for Okafor. And Stauskas subbed in for Thompson.
Nick Stauskas.
Roten dishes to Embiid. Roten, the pass to Stauskas. Here's Noel. It's deflected. And here they come. And here we go. Trains the jumper to finish the break. That's now 32 points for the Machine. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Raptors.
Their defense has been outstanding, closing out on shots and blocking a few as well.
Something else they've done is forced a lot of mistakes defensively. They've been turning those turnovers into points.
And really no choice but to lunge for that pass to make sure it didn't get through.
Yeah, and that was important. Probably would have been a quick 2 points if he doesn't get a hand on it and knock it out of bounds.
Carl Landry's checked in for Philadelphia. Jackson comes in for Robert Covington. Passes to Rogers. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. Doubled by Roten. And he slams it one-handed.
Just Mr. Reliable again here today, Kevin. I mean, they need his points, and he's producing.
Philadelphia has gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Embiid the screen. Roten kicks to Landry. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Landry's got 7 points.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
And stolen by Roten. Fast break, Philadelphia. Roten with the ball. Jackson misses.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
Here's Rogers, and again it's Toronto converting.
An excellent display of passing out there, fellas. I mean, 8 of their last 10 points have been assisted on.
And they just keep finding the open man.
Here's Stauskas. There's the pick. The dish now to Roten. Landry, a screen on Rogers. Kicks to Stauskas. Feeds it to Jackson. Just 5 to shoot. Fires at the elbow. That's good.
Here, Jackson with the shot.
Toronto's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Embiid with the steal. One-on-one fast break. And the call will go against Houdini.
Houdini. That's his second personal foul.
Jackson against Rogers. Embiid inside, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Embiid's got 8 points. Embiid's gone 3 for 4 from the floor tonight.
And looking at Joel Embiid, he has all the tools to be the game's next great center. He's raw, no doubt about that. And he'll have to overcome the injuries, but his combination of size, speed, agility, practically unparalleled.
For Philadelphia, they've gone at a pretty good shooting pace. They're 6 of 13 from the field here in the third. Now here's Roten. He's guarded closely. Tries again. And counts the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
Now that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active and be ready as soon as the shot goes up.
And guys, the Sixers drafted Embiid 3rd overall despite a foot injury that would keep him out all of his rookie season. Came to the Sixers with a back issue out of Kansas. Of course, they knew all this going in.
And Kevin, the Sixers have made it hard here lately of drafting players who aren't immediately eligible to play. 2 years ago it was Nerlens Noel who sat out the season with a knee injury. Last year it was Dario Saric who played overseas, and now Embiid.
The shot's good from Rogers. Rogers has got 40 points.
This guy's putting on a clinic out there. Everything is sound and sharp and crisp. He's really the centerpiece of their offense.
Roten dishes to Stauskas. He kicks it to Embiid. He feeds it to Stauskas. They set the screen. 5 on the clock. Over to the left wing. Lets it go from 14.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
You know, regarding Joel Embiid, the foot was not his only injury when he entered the draft. One season at Kansas, he battled both back and knee injuries. Obviously, though he's very young, his durability is of some concern.
So it's Philadelphia now. The Raptors getting the bucket. Here's Roten. The 76ers with another miss.
And he's really having all sorts of problems with his jumper right now.
Yeah, big time. I mean, the words that come to mind, ice and cold and disappearing stroke, all would apply.
And talking about Joel Embiid, there are some who feel the Sixers targeted guys in the draft last year who couldn't help them win games. One wonders at what point does it become anti-competitive.
That's his 3rd personal foul.
The 76ers have gone 6 of 8 from the free throw line tonight.
Pierre Jackson at the line for 2.
I'm putting you in. Let's go.
And he can't get the first one.
They're digging their own hole here, throwing dirt on themselves. They haven't been nearly as efficient from the line as they were in the first half, and that can be self-destructive.
And the Raptors going out now with a whole new group. And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there. Toronto's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Lights out, passes to Bell. Down low. Goes back up. And that's good off the glass that time. Bell's got 6.
And now we can see them really working it inside.
Yeah, Clark, quality looks at the rim. That's fueling this run.
Now here's Roten. He's got 12. No good, unable to end this run.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Stolen by Jackson. He dishes it to Stauskas. Roten kicks to Landry. Pass to Jackson. Here's Embiid. The 76ers with another miss. Toronto's shooting has been wild. 76%. That's just unbelievable. And really deep through that time. The Cobra's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Philadelphia has gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Landry with a screen for Roten.
Left in the third quarter.
Landry up top. Goes up on the high post. And he gets it to go. Landry's got 9.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you'd think his team would have the lead.
Pass to lights out. Here's the Cobra. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. Knocked loose. Here's lights out. Rebound by the 76ers. Embiid's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Embiid with a screen on Jordan. And that one's good.
Roten. The second he got around the pick and shook his man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy deuce. Very, very well done.
And Embiid pulls it down. Philadelphia shooting approximately 43% in the third quarter. Outside Jackson to the left side wing. Landry with a screen for Roten. There's the feed to Landry from about 16. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Here's lights out. Off on the layup.
Yeah, but you have to love that tough interior defense.
And, Greg, that's exactly what he gives you. I mean, he's constantly making his presence felt around the rim.
Toronto's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Here's Jordan. Breaks a big high bounce and goes in. Jordan's got his first points of the game.
Wow, risky shot there size-wise, but the incredible skill that he possesses allows that one to go.
Well, the quick high release negated any height disadvantage he had right there.
That one's rebounded by Embiid.
Man, that is a missed opportunity right there.
And he'll be the first to tell you, Greg, that's one he should have knocked down.
Here's Roten and a strong finish with 2 hands.
And everybody out of the way. I mean, clear the lane. We've got some rims to rattle.
What a sensational play to get to the rack for the slam.
Strong interior move. Aggressive, assertive, and effective.
And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. It's the Raptors running away with it. Live from Philadelphia, you're watching 2K Sports.
And we
welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. So it's Toronto now. Ball is out there with Okafor. Then there's Grant. Then there's Isaiah Cannon. And it's Sampson in at the 2 spot. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. And he gets it to go. Jordan's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for Toronto. Here's Philadelphia. Cannon dishes to Wallace. Okafor kicks to Sampson. And here's the fast break. Jordan leading the way. And another basket for Toronto.
And that steal paid instant dividends.
No wasted time or motion getting out on that fast break.
Here's Cannon. lets a floater go. Here's Okafor. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
The 76ers shooting the ball at 42%. Cannon kicks to Okafor, and he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
He powers that one down.
Wow. Good term to use. One of the game's top dunkers for sure.
Folks, that's not a petty, not a Manny. That's a facial.
Rhodes.
Having a lot of trouble stopping the three-point shot.
And they're not making up for it with their own shots from deep either, so that's a double-edged sword there.
Wallace the screen. Cannon the pass to Sampson. Okafor kicks to Sampson. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
Just no resistance on the interior.
Here's Bell. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Jordan. 8 points for Goose.
Exactly what they want right there. Continue to get good looks.
Here's Cannon. Wallace the screen. Sampson kicks to Wallace.
And how about the execution on that play? The screen was set up in exactly the right spot.
And the finish wasn't too bad either.
Perfectly designed and perfectly executed.
And sometimes he can hit that deep three, but it's not a high percentage shot for him.
Yeah, even for him, that's out of his range.
Sampson dishes to Wallace. And it's lights out with the foul. That's his first foul. And the Raptors with some changes. Little General, he's checked in for Bell. Houdini comes in for the Cobra. And Rogers subbed in for Champ.
Rogers.
Here's Cannon to the wing right side. Here's Okafor. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7. Toronto's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Right side, Jordan. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But, boy, that was a nice job. When you're hot, you're hot. And that's certainly been the case for Jordan. He's got 8 points and a couple of nice steals, too. He's had great awareness out there, exploiting those passing lanes and coming up with steals.
And Clark, it's as if he's been a step ahead of everyone else out there today.
Lights out passes to Rogers. Cranes it from beyond the arc. Rogers has got 45 points.
And he has just been in a flow offensively. Terrific game. He has been the X factor.
And it's the machine with the foul. That's his 4th foul of the contest. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the 4th quarter. Cannon kicks to Okafor. Count that one as a 7th make in 8 attempts. He has a scorching 86%.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And how? I mean, they're taking this defense to task, taking them to school. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
Little General the pass to Jordan. The pass to Little General. Second chance shot, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan. Jordan's got 4 assists in the game. The 76ers have gone 6 of 8 from the field in the 4th so far. It's been a great start to this final quarter for them. And it's Grant in the corner. Toronto grabs the miss.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Well, the defenders have to make sure they tag him.
And for the 76ers, they're shooting at 44%, pretty reasonable. Here's Cannon. Ball's knocked loose and stolen by Jordan. The finish, rips down the breakaway slam.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
Sampson dishes to Okafor. And he overshot that one, missing. Toronto's gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. Rogers. But they'll get another chance. And a wide open look for Jordan. And there are the Raptors with another bucket.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Cannon kicks to Wallace. Dishes to Cannon. And the layup is good.
That's what I call a captivating move there. He absolutely incinerated the D with that one.
Raptors shooting 71% all in all in this one. They've been brilliant offensively.
Rogers.
The shot's good from Rogers.
And the interior D is really starting to be exposed here. How many layups have they gotten today?
The 76ers have gone 7 of 11 from the floor in the final quarter so far. Been some solid looks for them. Here's Wallace. It's blocked. And that's on a bounce. Philadelphia will retain possession. Here's Cannon. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Okafor. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Lights Out's got 7 rebounds in the game. Here's Rogers. But they recover it. Here's Houdini. The long distance 3 is buried. Houdini's got 24.
They've done a terrific job of getting offensive rebounds and then converting those here in the second half. I mean, it's one thing to get the offensive rebound, but they've turned them all into points.
Cannon, the pass to Sampson. Wallace with a screen on Jordan. Picked by Okafor. Here's Cannon. That one a 10 offline to the right, but drops in for him.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
Here's Rogers. Okafor grabs the miss. Okafor's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Cannon kicks to Okafor. Passes it to Cannon. It's tipped, and that'll be Philadelphia as it goes out of bounds. 76ers retain possession. And the 76ers with some changes. Carl Landry's checked in for Grant, and it's Jackson in for Jakar Sampson. Landry dishes to Okafor. Cannot hit. Now Toronto takes it the other way. Pass to Lights Out. Jacks up a 3. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Jordan.
The D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been of the three-point variety.
And you need the defense to stop the bleeding.
Landry with the screen. Jackson with it. He's picked up by Jordan. Jackson drives in the corner. Cannon with it. From outside, off the mark. Toronto's got 8 shots off from three-point land and hit half of them. There's the pass to Lights Out. Stolen by Jackson. There's the dish to Cannon. Traps in the tray.
They're simply living and dying from behind the arc in the second half. And I don't think that's the way to go here. They're trailing. The three-point shot can be used. They've got to balance it out.
Jackson kicks to Landry. feeds it to Okafor. That shot is good. He has made 8 while missing only 4. That's 67% shooting.
He is setting this place on fire, fellas. His shooting has been off the charts.
And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. Nick Stauskas is checked in for Wallace.
Shooting 1. A 3-point play.
Philadelphia's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Here's Cannon, guarded by Jordan. Cannon kicks to Jackson. Okafor up top. He feeds it to Cannon. 6 on the shot clock. He dishes it to Landry. Rebound by the Raptors. Little General's got rebound number 17, if you can believe that. Houdini. But they'll get another chance. Here's Jordan. That one's good from the corner.
He's come out here in the second half and done a nice job moving, getting good looks, and finding his range.
Down low, here's Landry. And it goes for the 5th time in 10 shots for him this game.
Crisp pass into the paint.
The Raptors shooting extremely well here lately, around 61% from the fourth.
The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
And really, that's what makes him unique, that combination of power and polish.
Stauskas' shot is off. The Raptors shooting 70% from the floor. Truly incredible work from this offense tonight. Rogers can't make the basket. Philadelphia shooting it well here in the fourth quarter, 50%. I'm watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
That's an inexcusable mistake, guys. That's not the way to get back in the game.
And I don't know if anybody can tell you what he was thinking, because I certainly have no idea.
Wallace is checked in for Philadelphia.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for Toronto.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, Stephen Clark. An all-around dominant performance. Clark, and you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
I certainly did. They just cracked it open and made it an NC. No contest.
Yeah, I like that.
And what a huge standout performance it was for the Machine. A big part of their success was his ability to keep the ball moving, finding guys where they would flash open. A bit of a slow start to the career of Nick Stauskas. Was a highly touted rookie a year ago, but had a hard time finding minutes early on last year. That will change as he becomes more experienced.
Nick Stauskas.
And last season, Clark, Stauskas' minutes grew with his play. At the end of the season, he was a big rotation guy.
Yeah, and it wasn't just his scoring or ability to shoot that he displayed. I mean, we know he can shoot the ball, but he showed he's a very smart player in the half court and pretty good passer, too.
Mm-hmm. And both free throws good for Stauskas.
Nick Stauskas had some great moments on the court last season, guys, but perhaps his most memorable contribution was his nickname of Sauce Castillo. Came out of nowhere, but has stuck with him, and he's going with it. I'd love to hear the story behind that.
Philadelphia's gotten just 1 of 4 three-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Out to Wallace. Outside Landry. Philadelphia moving the ball around. And it's Okafor at the elbow. Lock at 6. Okafor with the screen on Rogers. Here's Cannon. Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
Well, I'm impressed with the determination he showed right there. Getting himself in the good position under the glass. Did his work early there.
Yeah, with the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to go to.
And then also just the niftiness with that tip in. Just a quick touch, again, before the defense knows what hit him.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Outside Landry. There's the bucket. Good.
And really, if this had come just a little earlier, they may have been able to get back into the game.
Yeah, I agree with you. They needed this a lot sooner than they got it.
Here is Rogers. To the middle. To the inside. Here's Cannon. And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And that'll do it, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Thanks, Kevin, and let's take a look now as we give the nod to our Jordan Player of the Game. It was nothing short of a professional offensive clinic he put on today. He hit shots from every place he took them, and he took a lot of them to score more than 50 points.
Just an unreal performance for him in so many ways. That was a player at the absolute top of his game. It's hard to imagine someone being any more dominant than he was tonight.
There was nothing they could do to slow him down, Ernie. Man, go into a building on the road and completely control the action like he did, only a few players could do that, Ernie. I'm impressed.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.